All right, it's 9:30, Monday the 19th of November. We'll bring a special session of Commissioners Court to order. Let the record show Larry Halsey, John Curtis, Danny Chambers, Kenneth Wood are all present. Don Krantz is absent. Item number 1. Kristen, would you want to come up to the microphone, and if you will, just turn it on. Discuss, take action on allowing Christmas cards to be displayed on the courthouse grounds during Glenrose's hometown Christmas celebration.
Morning, gentlemen. Again, as we did in the past few years that I've been here, we'll be celebrating our Christmas kickoff this weekend with our parade. And part of the celebration is that we invite organizations and businesses to place Christmas cards on the square. Generally, they're plywood size or a little bit bigger, just kind of welcoming people to the town and sharing that Christmas spirit. So my request today is that we have the ability to do that again this year, going up sometime this week and then coming down right after the new year. Of course, no stakes, sandbags only.
There you go. Sandbags on. There you go. You got it. Well, do I have a motion to allow Christmas cards on the square?
Yes.
I have a motion by Larry. Second. I have a second by Kenneth. Any further questions or discussion for Kristen? All in favor of said motion? That's 4 for, 0 against.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Come out and enjoy the parade.
Appreciate it. Item number 2, discuss, take action on changing a Deputy 1 to a Deputy 2 in the County District Clerk's office. Michelle, I guess that would be you.
So today I am asking the court to allow the changing of a Clerk 1 to a Clerk 2 because I'm in desperate need of that. I actually have 3 positions that are Deputy 1s. And I have a Deputy 2, and then I have my Chief Deputy, and of course myself. However, I have a need for a Clerk 2 because of the fact that there's a lot of work that goes into, obviously, county court and district court, and those duties have been put off onto a Deputy 1. As of right now, I actually have a deputy who's been doing Deputy 2 work for about 5 or 6 months now, and she's not getting paid accordingly. So that's the reason why I'm coming before the court to ask if they can help me out with that. Because my budget is really slim this year, I don't have the funds for it. I did approach each and every one of y'all about this, but like I said, it's just that my budget is very slim, and I don't really have the funds for it. So I'm asking the court to allow me to take it from contingency. So, and that's where y'all come in.
I guess it's back to the commissioners and Brian.
Well, really what the action is today, because we don't have it now, that would need to come from contingency. The question, I guess, is the approval would be to approve her changing or creating this additional Deputy 2 position, and then basically since she doesn't have the money to pay for it, she's asking the court to pay for it. So that would be the back half, and then I would bring that amount once it's calculated through the treasurer's office, because I mean it's not just it affects several line items, so I can't give you an actual number of what it would take to fund that.
Let me ask, if you had the money, would you be coming to court to do this? Does she have to do that?
At this point, no, because y'all rescinded the staffing list.
That's coming back to you in December.
Okay.
But what she doesn't
All right.
have.
Well, I have no problem with. I mean, I have no problem with moving 1 to a 2, but I do have a problem taking it somewhere else than out of your budget. At this point, we're not even 2 months into this year's budget.
I understand, but if you recall, we recently also moved money, $3,000 to cover an expense towards my 453 line item for lack of funds in my budget. But like I said, it's in desperate need that I need a Clerk 2. Like I said, she's been doing work that she's not getting paid for. So
okay, you don't have to justify that to me.
Okay.
I agree with you on you need to pay her, but you'll need to find a way out of your budget. You got $7,500 in part time.
which is, yeah, correct. I have a part-timer that's working in my office right now, who's doing a ton of back scanning that needs to be done.
Do we have a rough idea of what this amount is going to be at the end of the
280?
day?
2,800, I mean?
2,080 is what, like, the actual salary, is what we calculated.
Benefits and
But now benefits, of course, that, I think, Brian, is that what you said 16% is about?
Well, that would take care of the pension and retirement and the little bit of change of workers' comp if you reach a 16% number, then it'd be another 7.5%, 7.65 to cover the payroll tax expense on top of that. So
25 to 28, somewhere in that ballpark. All right.
I will say, I mean, just to be completely honest with the court, there is a line item that we ended up, let's see here, it's my copier office machine maintenance line item. That was designated towards my plotter maintenance agreement, but because that plotter is so new, Eddie suggested that we not get a maintenance agreement because he said if that plotter is so new, he's like, there's no reason that you should have a maintenance agreement on it. So there is $1,000 there that we could utilize this budget year, but that's the only thing that I can think of that, that we could take from, but we'll probably end up using that next year anyway. So just kind of, like I said, FYI. But
So Eddie feels comfortable not having an agreement this year, but we need it future years as it gets older.
correct.
All right. So that gets us down to about 1,500 that we've got to worry with. All right.
Well, I think at this point it does need to find it in her budget somewhere.
Right.
Then at the end of the year, if she gets tied on something, then we could address whether or not we'd put some on contingency. That's just my thought.
well, and this is really for a or a review time in January, correct?
She, yes, she is up for step and grade review in January. Yes, you're
Is
correct.
that when you plan on implementing this?
I planned on it in January. Yes.
So that gives us some time to maybe review this. Let me kind of work with Michelle a little bit in the budget and see if we can find a way. And then, like Commissioner Wood said, if she gets tight later in the year, we can bail her out of some of the other items.
Michelle, is this creating a new Deputy 2 position, or is it just filling a vacancy in the Deputy 2 position?
No, it's actually changing one of my clerk 1s to a clerk 2, therefore asking the court to approve that I have 2 clerk 1s, 2 clerk 2s, and my chief deputy.
It's a new deputy chief position. She's only allowed one. She wants to.
Does that make sense? No. I don't know how you want to word that.
So, Brian, you feel relatively sure if the court were to decide to go Deputy 1, Deputy 2, that you feel relatively sure you can find that other $1,500 somewhere, whether it be part-time, whether it be copier.
I guess what I'm proposing is, maybe what we just do is just table this for this. We'll come back in December because
Okay.
if this is going to take place in January.
All right.
And then in the meantime, let me kind of look at this and we'll just represent in December.
So in other words, don't take any action today, put it back on the agenda December, and y'all will have it worked out where how the money's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a pressing need at this particular moment in time since it's going to take, she's wanting it to take effect in January. So that way I can get a little time and we can work this thing through.
All right.
Hang on just a second. Should this read a little differently on the next time it comes to, it would be creating a second Deputy 2 position and funding for that? Because I understand you're moving one Deputy 1 to a Deputy 2, but you're also creating a new Deputy 2 position.
And removing the deputy one then, I guess, per se, right?
No, you still don't have deputy one positions, are you not?
But you
Well,
won't
no,
have three.
I won't have 3, I only have 2, and one of them will become a 2.
Right, so she-
Does that make
Well,
sense?
won't that be on that list that you're getting together?
Yeah, what she's saying is she wants to end up with her chief deputy and then 2 deputy 2s and 2 deputy 1s in her office staffing.
And that's an increase of 1 deputy 2.
Correct.
Corrected
But
reduction
the
of
staffing
1.
number stays the same.
Okay.
So y'all get the wording like you wanted before.
Okay.
You like it? All right, so there will be no action taken on item number 2 today, and it'll be back on the agenda in December. Item number 3, discuss take action on construction of new restroom facilities at the golf course. We left this, I think Brian was going to discuss with Don, and
Well, actually discussed with some other county auditors too.
we need to change that out.
I went down to the.
You can have his over here, Brian.
Or it could be common relief, and you can just.
Yeah. If we approve Michelle, I'm gonna put some money aside for some new chairs.
There you go.
It appears that the way that we're going to have to do this because of the amounts is we're going to have to go out for bid. It is definitely over 50,000. Now, the structure of which can be, we can hire through professional services this particular group, if y'all feel comfortable with this group, to take care of the bidding out of the individual subs and things of that nature. However, they would still have to comply with state bidding requirements. So they'd have to advertise it, they would have to do all those type of things. It may just be simpler for us to go to bid for restroom construction. We have an idea of what we want, and then this way they can make a bid for it and be done with it. And it opens it up to everybody who wants to do a bid. I mean, it's just because we're going to be over the 50,000. The other thing we can do is put all of these projects on one. I noticed that, we talked about the pavilion, the bell tower, and the restrooms. We can put all of these on one bid and then just simply implement them. We can have them bid individually. So we want to bid on the pavilion, a bid on the bell tower, a bid on the restrooms, and then award them as we would like to move forward.
What do we do about having the specs and everything to give out to the folks who want to bid?
If we've got something that we've got an understanding, as far as the square footage, the construction material, what we want it to look like, such as the block construction, the roughly this square feet, that's enough specs for me to put something together. And then,
Because you remember we tried to get an architect to go down that path, and that didn't work out.
no, I think we just, we're not really kind of creating the Taj Mahal here. We're just saying simple block construction and.
We don't have enough to bid out.
As far as
No,
what to tell them they
nobody
want.
can bid on that.
Right. And it wouldn't be fair to these guys to take what they put together and then put that out there for a bid.
No, it would,
Well,
what we're running against is the state requirement of 50.
right.
That's what we're running.
So, if we hired the Summit Construction Group as what they call themselves, design build consultants, and then they took it, put all specs together, and bid it out, then they have to make sure they live in the same guidelines as the state that you
As the
prepare,
state, they
that
would
you
have
give
to-
them.
Right, they'd have to advertise it for 2 consecutive weeks in the paper. They would have to, everything we would have to do. Even if we pushed it over to them, and they could bid out each sub. The problem we get to is, say, if we wanted them to bid out and go out for bid for like a builder, and they're being our construction manager, then they couldn't really bid on any of the trades themselves. They'd have to stand apart.
Then the bids would have to come to us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
then we'd have to be the one
auditor's
rewarding it,
office.
so. I don't know.
You know, no wonder it costs so much to get things done in government.
In the government world,
Under the guise of saving the taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we tried the other way, and that was going to be so expensive and prohibitive, it wasn't worth having it all put together in a nice little package to have it bid out. So we tried to go the lower end to try to make it work, and then that. I didn't mean to interrupt your statement.
Well, I was contemplating this, and I don't know that if they have to do all this, if they're going to be willing to.
No, they'd have to have more. I'm sure they won't raise their price.
Design fee
Yeah.
to go up. Right.
Yeah. But we have identified X projects out there we want to get accomplished, and we're stumbling every time we turn around because we don't have necessarily the expertise to do that. So there's a solution here. There has to be a solution. Other people get things done.
Yeah, they spend more money and hire an architect and spend more money.
You know, another good argument why governments aren't supposed to be a business, number one. But that being aside, I'm still working it. My main source of information that I really like to use was gone on vacation. It's the auditor out of Denton County. He's really good and creative. So he's supposed to be back after Thanksgiving. He was just gone.
So you think maybe he would have some solution, not that we're trying to circumvent the system,
No.
but some solution that we can live within the system?
Correct. And it may be a situation, what looks like we're building it ourselves, and we can hire these people to be our consultants while we build it ourselves. That's what I'm hoping he's going to come back with.
So you'd probably have a chance to talk to him before the December meeting?
Well,
maybe?
Correct. And we can do that. Whether he says so or not, we can do that.
Right. We can
But
hire a
we'd
professional
be the ones
service.
though to bid it out. We'd just be hiring them like we would an architect or a general manager or something.
But in order to bid it out, we don't have to have
We'd
design.
have to have some type of something besides what's written down here. We know what they're talking about here, but someone else don't.
Agreed.
Somebody wants to see the drawings to bid off of.
And so I think that once we got that information, we don't have to go back to these people if we want to continue down this path and say, this is what you're going to have to do.
So, do we want to put this on the December meeting also to discuss whatever you find out from your...
Absolutely. I've let his assistant know that I really need to speak with him. And
I think we need to really get good solid ground going forward. If we're going to continue to look at projects to be built, then
the formula that we used to do it?
yeah. So I think we ought to table this, get all the information, educate ourselves as much as we can, and
Sort of miss the private sector sometime, don't you? Okay, well, we won't take any action on item number 3, and we'll push it off to December. This reminds me of Mr. Moonford. We're past to January. All right, item number 4, discuss take action on repairing the annex roof.
this, I think we can get something done.
We do have 3 bids. I think I gave everyone a copy of them. It's 9,070 square feet all total. One bid is $39,300 by Longhorn. One bid by Bentley and Sons is $47,650, and the other bid is by Martin Thomas and Roofing for $60,300. And they all, y'all probably saw their
Yeah,
compared
they all,
apples to apples.
of course, 60,000 is a 10-year warranty, but
Right.
shouldn't have to pay for it. The lowest bid is,
And the lowest bid is the one that did the other half. of the building.
Yeah, and it's got a 5-year warranty, and you
Right.
should find any leaks within 5 years.
And the only thing I can say for that group is they kept coming back till they got it right.
Well, the only other, and the other thing too is that they'll be adjoining their previous work.
Right.
So it'll eliminate any finger
Is
pointing.
that this one? Yes.
Because regardless of whose fault it is, it's both theirs, and fix it.
One company will have it all.
Yeah. And truthfully, what we're spending here compared to what we're spending to rehab the books in Michelle's office, I mean,
How quickly could they get to this on this Longhorn? If
He
we-
did not tell me when they would start. I can call him back this evening if y'all decide to award it, and he can see when he could start, and he'll get a hold of the auditor's office, get a PO. And
Well,
pull it.
compared to other prices, we can wait.
Right.
I got a little question.
All right.
The bottom portion of the specifications here on Longhorn says contractor will warranty leaks for 5 plus 5 years. What does that mean?
Material, I suppose, probably 5 years.
But the lower, next one down said labor and material, 5 plus 5. Does that mean they're actually covering it for 10 years?
No, I don't think so. I think the material will be 5 years, and the
Let's just see if we give him on the phone. We'll ask him. Does that work?
Just clarification.
Sure.
See if this thing actually works. It does in the.
You know, he's little thinker.
Yeah, in the hay, man.
Some of them I deal with, you wouldn't want to.
Darlene never puts me on speakerphone.
probably a good reason for that.
Well, hell, I guess that ain't gonna work.
Well, the next one is too, Kenneth. It's the same. Just the highest one is the 10 year. The next bid's a 5 of 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that, I'm not trying to say we're not going to the lowest bid.
Well,
It just looked like there's
right,
something to it there.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. Say it is just 5 years. You want to pay another $30,000 for another
No,
5 years,
no.
or less than 30.
Yeah, the cell number. That's what I got in down.
Another 20,000.
I could try the office. I got the secretary. We could try that.
He's sitting in the deer stand somewhere. They must have been scaring a deer.
Longhorn Enterprises, this is Amber.
Yes, Amber. This is Danny Chambers, Somervell County Judge.
Yes, hi.
You are on speakerphone. We're in Commissioner's Court. I tried to call Bob a couple times on his cell phone. We've got a quick question if somebody could answer it for us. When it talks about the warranty, the 5 plus 5 years, what exactly does that mean, or is there someone there that might could answer that for us?
I do know a little bit about it. I know it's, as long as within the first 5 years there's no, I'm not certain. I know it's some kind of damage, then they'll extend the warranty for another 5 years. But I'm not sure on that what type of damage it is, you know. But Carolyn Ewell, Bob's wife, she is actually, she's out of the office right now, but she should be back within 30 minutes. Can I have her call you back to explain, or?
Well, you could. That'd be fine. You can just call my office because we'll probably be out of court by then. But it's 254-897-2322.
Okay, I'll let her know, okay?
Hey, thank you very much.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
I bet it's going to be a warranty you can buy.
Yeah, probably something for them to
Hey,
come back and
hey,
maybe seal it or something. Probably a fee or something.
One of the other ones talking about that too, didn't they? 5 plus 5.
The second one's got it right in the middle of the same.
Ah, there it is.
Call them, see what they say. Oh, water.
We can do that. Who the hell we're talking to? We'll figure it out. I really need to go to the eye doctor.
You've been needing that for a while, Danny.
I know. Thank you. In court, it gets pretty rough sometimes when you charge them with murder and they only get misdemeanor.
Hello?
Yes, sir. This is Danny Chambers, Somervell County Judge.
Yes, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I have you on speakerphone. We're in Commissioner's Court, and one of the commissioners asked a question here about the 5 plus 5 year leak-free warranty. Would you explain that for us, the 5 plus 5?
Yes, sir. The way we work all of our warranties, and my name's Sean Bentley, by the way. I've never met any of y'all.
Right.
The way those warranties work is they're initially warranted for 5 years, leak-free, labor materials. At the end of the 5-year term, of course, we inspect them every year, but at the end of that 5-year term, what we do is we'll take a slit sample of the material, of the foam and the coating,
Okay.
and we'll measure that. We've got a little device you kind of hold up to your eye and measure the actual millage of the coating that's there, because the sun will wear that coating down over time.
Okay.
So what we do is we'll take a slit sample of that and measure that in several places on the roof and take an average of how many mils of coating is still left on the roof, and we'll compare that to what we put down originally. And so whatever material it would take to recoat that roof to get it back into that original standard when we first put it on, that is the amount of material we know to put down to reissue another 5-year warranty. To, we kind of keep our roofs in perpetual warranty, if you will, that way. Instead of charging our clients, an ungodly amount up front for a 30-year warranty or a 25-year warranty, which our manufacturer wouldn't warranty anyway.
Right.
We will save that money on the front end and keep them, just do the repairs and maintenance as needed over the lifespan of that roof. That way, we're not out a ton of money up front. Y'all are not out a ton of money up front, and it keeps some eyeballs on that roof over the course of life to make sure nothing's going wrong and anything's happening with it.
So what it boils down to pretty much at the end of that 5 years, y'all inspect it and give us a price it costs to recoat it to bring it back to its original coating.
Yes, sir.
And then after we paid that, then you'd extend it to another 5 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly how it works.
All right. Y'all good with that? All right, sir. Hey, thank you for answering the phone and answering the question. We do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Thank you very much. So, like you said, additional cost, whatever it be to get it back to original, then they'll extend it 5 more years, whatever that cost may be.
And I would not, unless the entire foam is gone, I would not expect it to be the same as the initial.
Right. Just to recoat whatever it takes. Okay. Now we know what that means. I didn't have a clue.
Well, I didn't know the reason I asked the question.
So, do we want to move forward with one of these companies to recoat the roof?
I think you need to go with the Longhorn myself.
All right, and we're probably going to take it down to the annex building not contingency, but the event maintenance right improvement. There you go. Yeah, I don't want to use a contingency name.
Second.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a
He
motion.
was
Yeah.
thinking maybe we should, yeah.
Oh,
So Kenneth does make the motion that we move along with Longhorn Enterprises to recoat the roof.
maybe we should second that.
Maybe we second. I have a
Second.
second by John. Do I have any further questions or discussion? All in favor of said motion? That's 4 for, 0 against. Item number 5, approved budget transfers. There are none. Approved county bills at this time.
You guys put those on your desk. We have one to Cabello Energy for $432.59. One to American Express for the tourism trip. That was, if you remember, that was on your last report, but actually we got a credit back. So instead of just, we basically voided that and we're coming back. So it dropped from $2,400 to $1,753. So I didn't want you to think it was another $1,700 on top of that. And then this is the advertising that the golf course is doing for KMOE.
Some golf tournament coming up, I guess.
Yes, sir, I believe so.
All right. Well, do I have a motion to pay our bills?
I make a motion to pay our bills.
I have a motion by Kenneth. Do I have a second?
No, I'm second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by John. Any further questions or discussion on paying the county bills? I never had somebody say so-and-so. All in favor? That's 4 for and 0 against.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I have a motion to adjourn.
He's not here. Second.
I have a second by Larry. All in favor said motion. That's 4 for, 0 against. I have to remember that one. Yeah, so-and-so seconded that.
See how that shows up in the minutes.
That'll hold up in court, won't it? Yeah. All right.
The dialing out sounded like we were on a radio show.